Hey guys, so I'm actually going to be telling my story of how I got saved and what I went through. So I hope you like it. And if I look down at the screen, it's because I'm reading something that I wrote, so I didn't just stumble through it. So here it is. You see, there was this guy. You all know how this is going to go. Girl loves boy, boy says he loves girl. But that isn't the case at all. You see, I was only 15, just that age that a girl starts dreaming about marriage and finding the one. Well, the boy was much older, in college and hitting his prime, and yes, I mean boy, not man. Even though I was young, I had gone through a lot in my life. The first and only time I took a hit, I was 14. First and only time I got drunk, I was 14. I came from a great family. I never had financial problems. Parents had been together since they got married, and there were no problems there. My family was the kind of family everyone looked up to. I hated that. Truth is, I wanted something to be wrong in my family. I wanted my parents to split up so I could be like all my other friends. I wanted to have family dysfunction so that I could have a reason to act out. But I never got it, and honestly, I was kind of upset about my perfect life. So upset that I tried to make something go wrong. And that's why I did all the things I did when I was 14. Eventually, I got through it in the little phase, and I realized the benefits of having a great family. I loved my life, and everything seemed right on track. But those are the times things tend to go wrong, aren't they? You see this boy? I knew him and his family since I was 7. Little did I know then, their family was about to mean a lot more to me. When I was 15, I started developing feelings for one of the oldest boys in his family. I held it back, though, because I thought he would think I was crazy. I don't mean to drag this out, so I'll shorten it. We eventually told each other we liked each other. Well, in 5 short months, I believed this boy was the one. And he was the one that stole my heart and swept me off my feet every time I saw him, and he didn't even know it. Everything was so natural with us. You might even say a 15-year-old doesn't know what love is. Well, a couple years later, I would still say that I loved him with everything I had. In fact, I loved him so much that one night, I gave him everything. That one night marked the start of the day I was forced to grow up much too soon. I just couldn't deal with the pressure knowing that what we did was wrong, especially since it was illegal. I had told someone, and they had to tell my parents. The interesting part was, I never got mad at the person for telling my parents. No, in fact, I thanked that person. And I was just in a situation I couldn't handle on my own. I wanted it to stop, but I didn't know how, and her telling was my perfect opt-out. To say the least, my parents were shocked. They had no idea everything was even going on. They were just tried to cope with it. I took a pregnancy test, and I tested positive. I thought, this is it. My life is over. Should I tell him? Should I not? So many questions went through my head. A couple weeks later, I had a miscarriage. Losing a baby is the deepest pain a girl can feel. I never told the boy, so he's fully unaware. My parents kept me on lockdown, and that was reasonable. I became overtaken with depression, and every day was a struggle. Of course I dealt with hearing about the boy that I loved telling lies to our mutual friends so that I would just sound crazy. The last thing I told the boy I loved was, my parents know. They're picking me up from school. I'm sorry. I will talk to you later. I love you. The last thing the boy said to me was, you know I'm going to deny it. Those words were like a stab to my heart, but I acted like they didn't bother me. Still, to this day, those were the last words exchanged by us. I dealt with the pain of losing him. I spent days weeping in my mother's arms. I would have panic attacks when I thought he was somewhere I was. But he denied it. He lives every day fearless with no shame. And you know what the funniest thing is? I still pray for him. I still ask God to bless him, not because I still love him, but because I hope he never has to go through what I did. And if I can pray for those that hate me, think of what I can do for those that love me. I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for the Lord. He renewed my innocence and healed my broken heart. He told me that I am loved. He is the one that sustains me. Him and Him only. My God, my peace, my Father. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my story.